Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Meyson. Today I'm going to be retouching some portraits from a photographer in the UK called Amanda Akokhia. I'll put her name on the screen and I'll also put a description in the link below so you guys can definitely check her page out. She's a fantastic photographer based in Manchester United. Um, Today she sent me like a few images that she did from a particular photo shoot, and I was pretty excited to retouch them because these are not images that I would take normally, and they're kind of like a little bit different from what I would shoot normally. So yeah, because these are just some awesome golden hour pictures. So I want to show you guys how I'll retouch these images. Now this is something that I'm just going through for the first time with you guys. I haven't been through or haven't gone through, I mean, these images, and they look fantastic now. I'm going to show you how I'm going to like work on them in Capture One, and I'll also take these images to Photoshop to do like the final retouching and bring them back to Capture One and export these images and blah blah blah, those things. So yeah, if you guys love my content and you guys love my videos and you want to see more content, definitely subscribe. And also, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you love it. But enough chitty chatter. Let's get straight into retouching today's video. Now, what's the first thing I'll do when I import a project like this into Capture One? The first thing I'll do is move some of the files or the major files I want to retouch. I'll move them to my select folder. Now, as you guys can see, my select folder is like empty right now. So let's go back to the capture folder and let's go through a little process where we would actually select the images that we want to use. So the first thing I do is I want to know what images are in focus. So I'm going to hit this button right here in Capture One, and it brings up this green thing on the screen to just show you what images are in focus and what images are not in focus, or where Capture One thinks is in focus. So if you look at this now, this eye right here is in focus. This place is really not in focus. So I'm just going to scroll down to like the golden hour images because that's what I really want to work on. So this, it says like this right here is in focus. Then this one too, it says her eyes are in focus here. So I like that. Now, if you ever shoot with the sun, right, like in front of the camera, if or behind the subject, it's kind of hard to like get your subject in focus sometimes. But she did a pretty good job. So yeah, as you guys can see, this one is like out of focus. So Capture One does a pretty nice job at that. So I'm just going to check for a few images that I like. I like this one, so I'm going to right click and I will move to select folder. Then go through a few again that I like. I think this is nice. Then I'm going to move to select folder. Now I'm just going to work on like the close-up images, and I will not really bother about the ones that are not really close. So like this is a beautiful image, but as you guys can see, it's kind of like out of focus. This one's in focus, but I think I'm just gonna skip. Pretty bright. I think I like this one, kind of like in focus. So I'm going to move this to select folder. So let's check the images in select folder. So I'm going to just move to my select folder, and these are the images in my select folder. What image should I go with? Maybe this one, or this, or this. Let's start with this. Golden hour images are pretty nice, and if you can take a few of these images, definitely send them to me, and I'll think about making a YouTube video retouching them. So yeah, so what's the first thing I'll do for an image like this? I love how she looks. I love the sun. I love how, like you can see the sun behind her and, everything about the image. So the first thing I'll do is probably just up my shadows a little bit because I want to see more of her face. Do not forget, when you shoot images like this, do not forget to shoot them in RAW so you can process, them. It retains a lot more information than when you shoot JPEG. JPEG, you just have all the information like baked into the file, and it's kind of like the end product. Now, the next thing I want to do is probably reduce my highlights a little bit because you guys can see the golden hour. The sun at the back is kind of like blowing out her hair. So I'm just going to like just pull my highlights back in just a little bit. As you guys can see, the image is starting to look a little bit flat right now, which it's really not bad. I can just bring a little contrast into it by coming to my levels right here in Capture One. And I'm just going to like pull my levels in. Right? Then I can also pull my whites in. Okay, so that's looking good right now. I think there's a way you can create, if you want to like see your before and after in Photoshop, you create like a new variant. Okay, so this is our before, this is where we started from, and this is our after. So before and after. You guys can see like we've taken major steps forward from what the file used to look like before. Probably just bring my highlights all the way up. Now, the next thing I'm considering doing is probably messing with my exposure a little bit, reducing it, but no, I think I'll just take it back up and leave it there. What about my saturation? Maybe just dial down my saturation just a little bit, because just a little bit. So let's look at our before again. This is our before, and this is our after. Before and after. And I love how our image looks right now. Looks really good, looks really dope. I feel like we can take this into Photoshop and make some adjustments right now. Another thing you can do in Capture One is also toggle, or turn on this show exposure warnings, and it shows you the places in the images that overexposed. So you have this place probably overexposed right here, this part of our hand, and we can always just dial this back a little bit. Yeah, somewhere around there. And yeah, I think we're good. We're good right now. Now we're gonna right click our image, edit with, and we're gonna take it to Photoshop. So guys, we're live in Photoshop, and what I do first in Photoshop is frequency separation. I retouch the skin just a little bit, fix like some little 1, 2 things that probably imperfect on skin, and try to make it look really good. But at the same time, you don't want it to look fake. So let's get into it. So I have these Photoshop actions that I use to create my frequency separation. If you want these actions, I'll put a link in the description below where you can get, I think you can get at fx-ray.com. That's where I downloaded it. So I'll put a link in the description below where you can get these actions too. Now, first thing I'm going to do is create like an action. So I'm going to go with the advanced one. Now, I learned something recently that the higher the radius, the more the image kind of retains more texture. Like, like the texture layer is well separated from your low layer, which just has like the skin tones and colors and all that. And I think I've been doing that pretty well. And for an image like this, I want to do that. So let's see what we can do with this image. Probably use a radius of, yeah, of about 16. That's fine. Click OK. I have my dodge and burn layer baked into my frequency separation. It was kind of like a mistake because I was trying to create dodge and burn action, and I saved it inside my frequency separation, which kind of works for me now. So this is what our image looks like. Now, I didn't say something in Photoshop, sorry, when I was in Capture One, and I want to say that right now. The image is really warm, and I love how warm the image is. Now, this is an image that was shot in the evening, and it kind of like it looks really good because it replicates what she was probably seeing at that moment. And that's one thing you have to like put at the back of your mind when you're retouching images, because you're trying to bring what the photographer or what the person sees to life and make it look better. You're not trying to change it or make it look somehow. I don't know. What I'm just saying is that if an image was shot during the day and it has like your normal 5200 Kelvin, try to like keep it around there. And if it was shot in the evening where the Kelvin is like pretty where the sun is like really low and you have this extremely warm temperatures, maybe you should just leave it there because that just makes it look a lot better. This is really rich, and I love how it looks. Now, another thing that I don't want to do is I'm not trying to take away most of her freckles because I really like them, and I'm just going to enhance them right now. Haven't figured out a way to do that, but we'll see. So I'm just going to jump into frequency separation and pick my mixer brush. Now she has really nice skin, and there's like no discoloration or anything anywhere. So I'm just going to fix a little some few things here. So for my mixer brush, I use these settings up here. If you copy this, then you'll probably get exactly what I'm getting. I'm just going to blend his skin. Just work on this. By the way, I'm using a Wacom tablet, so you guys should consider getting one too. As you guys can see, she does not have dark circles. She doesn't have like any of those things. Pretty nice skin. So It's always a joy to retouch people that look like this. We're just going to reduce some of the contrast levels in some part of our faces. And really not do too much, to be honest. So let's reduce some of this shadows that are here. Right here, hand too, right here. So let's see what this looks like before, after. You guys can see we're not doing too much, but at the same time we're doing enough. You guys see the before and after, before, after, before, after. Now I'm just going to soften here a little bit. So let's go back again and see before and after. Now for images like this, you're not trying to do too much. Like I said, you're not trying to like change how the subjects look, how your subject looks and all that. You're just trying to enhance what you can see. So I'm just going to pull down my highlights. Yeah, just blend all these places in. Same thing goes for this part of her face. Just okay. Then her neck. I'll just fix some of these patches that are here. Another thing you notice is when I work, if you go through most of my retouching videos, when I work with my mixer brush tool, I'm not like all zoomed in like this, trying to work like this. What I do is that I zoom out because I want to see the image the way the person that's going to view it after I'm done retouching it will see it. So I want to edit that way so I can know how they'll see my images when I'm done retouching. So whatever is left, I'm probably going to fix it with dodge and burn. So now I'm just going to go to my high layer and pick my clone stamp tool. So typically it's S on my keyboard and that's my clone stamp tool. I'm taking my flow all the way to 100. Then yes, hardness is at 0. So now I'm just going to zoom in and take out some little things from her face. So for her, just work on some of these things that are here. Right there. Probably take this out. Okay. Just, yeah. And like I said, I really love her freckles, so I'm not going to mess with all that. Just going to leave it the way it is. Hope you guys are enjoying this video while I'm doing all this. And if you guys are, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. I'm just, giving myself just okay. So that's about it for skin retouching. Like I said, I'm not going to do too much for an image like this. Yeah, that's about it for skin retouching. Let's see our before and our after, before and after, before and after. And yes, I think that's fine. Now the next thing I'm going to do is move on to dodge and burn. Go to my dodge layer, pick a brush, make sure my flow is really low, like 2. If you guys want to see a video of me dodging and burn or how I dodge and burn, you guys, I have like a few dodge and burn videos on my channel. I'll put a link in the description below where you can just click and watch more dodge and burn videos. You see how I do everything from scratch to finish. And also my frequency separation. I think I have a few videos on frequency separation that you can watch too and see how I do everything from scratch to finish. And if you want to get my frequency separation action, I'm going to put a link in the description below too, where you can just click the action, click the link and download the action. So yeah, so dodge and burn. Let's get into this now. I use mask to like just mask out my curves, adjust my layers, and you guys can see my curves screen, multiply. So now this is my dodge. I'm just gonna pick a brush, make sure it's white, soft brush with a round edge. Make sure that the brush is soft. And typically, what I do sometimes is that I'll turn off my frequency separation so I can see exactly where to dodge and burn. But that works better for like studio beauty images. So yeah, I'm just going to dodge here, dodge around her nose. So I think this is what you call global dodging and burning, where I'm not like zooming in to dodge and burn some specific places. But we're gonna like work on that as the video goes on. Okay, so let's get here, somewhere around here. Let's get a hand just a little bit. Okay, so let's turn on see what this looks like. So I'm just going to refine a little bit. Okay, so let's see how before and after. Okay, looks pretty good. You know, we put some like life into her face, more life because she already had a lot. Okay, so let's just zoom in and get some places like somewhere around her lips here, really like this. Okay, probably this, enhance this right here. Okay, then let's just brighten her eyes a little bit. If you want to see a video about retouching eyes, definitely check out the I think I have a few videos on how to make eyes pop. I have one video on how to make eyes pop. Then I have another one on how to whiten eyes. And I'll show you guys how to do it here too. But if you want to see those videos in depth, definitely check out the videos I have on my channel. So now I'm going to go to my burn layer, same brush, flows at 2%. And I'm just going to burn the shadows. So I'm just going to turn this off so I can see exactly where to burn. So right now, it's just like the global dodging and burning that I'm doing, or global burning where I'm not like zooming in to like dodge some specific burn, I mean some specific places. Jeez. Dodge and burn, you just kind of like mix them up. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Okay, nice. Now I'm going to zoom in and just get some specific places. Lips right here, then her eyes. Okay, okay, so let's see what this looks like. So there's a before and there's a after. Before, after. So I like what it looks like right now. The next thing I want to do is probably just work on her eyes. So I'm going to create like a new layer. Pick a brush. Flow is going to be at 100. Make sure it's a white brush. And just a very small brush. Now, if you look at this image, one of the first things you see are her eyes. So I want to enhance those. So I'm just going to make this line here. Make this one here. I'll make this one here. Like this. Like this. 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 And I'm going to do that to this too. So I'm going to draw a line here. I'll draw that line here. Then I'll draw one here. Then one up here. Right here. One here. One here. One here. I think that's the only way I can do this that it would look close to being good. Change this to soft light. Oops. Make sure my blur, I put like a Gaussian blur on it. 16 is a little bit too high. Okay. Let's do, I think somewhere, let's do a 4. 4 is fine. And look at her eyes. See? This looks beautiful. Before and after. Probably just, let's just do opacity just a little bit. Look at her eyes. So let's see the before and after. Just adds more life to, how she looks. Now, after that, I'm going to create like a levels adjustment layer. Probably just add some contrast. Now, if you want to see how much contrast you're adding to the image, or how much blacks or whites, you're adding to the image, make sure you hold your alternate or option key on Mac and just pull this in. I can see place that again dark. That's fine. Then I see place that again white. I think I'm kind of like fine as long as like the major parts of her skin it's not blowing out. Okay, so let's see what else added to it. Looks good. Next thing, I'll go to like my hue saturation. Click the thing here, it brings up this color picker tool. Then it picks up the reds in her skin. Then I can just reduce that just a little bit till it gets to where I want it to be. And this looks good. Now another thing I want to do is reduce the reds in her eyes because I want her eyes to be like pure white. So I'm going to create like a photo filter and I'm just going to name this eyes. Pick this cooling filter. Ooh. Kind of like makes the image look really, really nice. So let's see her before and let's see her after. Ooh, that's nice. Before, after. You know what? We might as well just use this and just add a little bit, reduce the opacity 50%. Okay, that's really, really nice. Okay, we're still going to like make the eyes white. So we're just going to put this as back to the blue filter. Right? Okay. So we'll do a new one. Photo filter. And name this eyes. Right? Okay. So I'm just going to name this one eyes. I'm going to invert my layer mask, Command I, on Mac and Control I on PC. Then pick a nice soft brush. I think I've probably made that mistake right here where my the cursor disappears. Okay, so make sure that my foreground color is black. Oops, I made a mistake. I'm working on the wrong layer. This is the layer I'm supposed to be working on. Make sure my foreground color is white. Same thing goes for this. I have nice, beautiful white eyes. Okay, now we can go a little further and just add like a little grade on it. So let's see how this will look. So for her midtones, I'm just going to add just a little bit of yellows. No, I'm not going to put the reds back in. A little bit of cyan will work. Then for the shadows, I'm going to add some blues to the shadows. A little bit of cyan to it. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Looking good. Then for the highlights, I'm obviously going to just go okay. So let's see before and after. Before and after. Let's probably add a little magenta to that just to balance it out. Before, after, before, after. So yeah, so this is our final image. I think this is where I'm going to stop. Normally I like adding like a vignette to my images, but let's see how this will look if I put a vignette on it. So what I'll do is I'll come to the gradient map, make sure I'm using the radial option right here, and make sure that it's black. Hold my shift key, then I'm just going to pull this down somewhere around there. Then I'll change to soft light. See how it looks now? It just makes her hands black here. So I'm going to take this out. No. So this looks good, and this is my final image. This is the image that I love. So we're going to put all this into a group. and let's see our before and after. So this is our before. This is what came into Photoshop, and this is our after. So I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see this. So before and after, before and after. It's funny how a few steps can actually go a long way to making your images look way better than they actually were in the first place, because this was a gorgeous image. I saw it and I said, I need to retouch that image. And this is our final product. So I'm just going to save this, and it will save back to the folder in Capture One. Then I'll export from Capture One. And yeah, so let's go back to Capture One. So guys, now we're back in Capture One and we can see our before and after. So this is the image we took into Photoshop. So right, let's start from the beginning. This is the image straight out of camera. This Capture One adjustment right here, retouched image in Photoshop. So let's do this again. This image straight out of Capture One, straight out of camera, SOOC. I think that's what you guys call it. Straight out of camera. Here, Capture One adjustment right here. Boom, Photoshop. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more videos like this and you want to see more content like this, do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Also give this video a big thumbs up if you loved this video and you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Big shout out to Amanda Akokhia for sending me these images. And yeah, have a great week. Peace.